Welcome to this podcast called Fermented and Demented. This podcast is made by the guys in Blodhemn and Nifrost, and these first episodes will tell the history of our bands before we test fermented beverages and talk about stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, just one bear. Just one bear.
Okay, so we're here again to talk about our different bands, Nifrost and Blodhemn. Please introduce yourselves.
Invisius of Blodhemn.
Henrik of Nifrost.
Auk of Blodhemn.
Onlan of Blodhemn.
Young Ståle of Nifrost.
And Kjetil from Nifrost.
Brilliant. Okay, so to start things off, why don't Nifrost tell us a little bit about how everything began? And the floor is yours.
Yeah, Kjetil,
Right.
you were there from the start. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that you weren't born then. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Well, we started off as shit kids as anyone else. We played a lot of different music. You know, the kind of youth, grungy, emo-ish kind of shit.
Covers then, or?
No, never covers, actually.
New metal?
Never covers. Yeah. So, Jolm, which is not present here today, we two started the band together alongside with a previous drummer who is obviously quit. So we got allowed to rehearse on the attic of an old community building in Skei, where it was ice cold on the winter and steaming hot on the summer time. Yeah.
What year?
Good times.
What year was this that you started?
Probably 2004, I think.
4 or 5? Something like that?
Yeah, I think 4. But after 1 year, we found out that, let's play some heavier stuff. At that time...
And you were as a 3-piece, or?
Excuse me? A 3-piece, yeah.
Piece. Yeah.
So drums, guitar, and bass. We went under the other name Ignition. And the funny part there is that Jolm, he didn't know that he misspelled ignition. So he thought it was with an E for Edwin, but...
Ignition?
Ignition. And I thought I sort of just went along with it. I thought, hey, that sounds pretty good. I know it's wrong, but hey, that's clever. And several years later, I put it out to him. It's misspelled. You know that? What? He didn't know. He didn't know. After all those years, he didn't know.
Did you get the recognition you deserve?
Excellent.
Geez, and you would have him at Egg Nation.
Yeah, it was quirky music for quirky people. We ended up as a good number 3 on some competition.
With 3 bands.
The most of them were like, 18. 3 bands, yeah. All the competitors were like 20, 22, and we were 16 years old and, stealing cigars and, yeah, shit kids.
Was this also when you when you left to Lærdal to record some songs?
Yeah, that was in 2007. We did some shitty songs. There. I don't really want to remember that
But
because it
was
was
that
embarrassing.
metal or was that something else? Those songs you recorded.
It was metal, but it was that kind of I'm so angry, yeah.
Emo
A little
angst
bit.
stuff.
Yeah, angsty shit. Yeah, I I don't want
What
to
bands
talk.
would you compare it to?
Oof, I don't know. That's not to sort of boast, but in those years, I never heard anything like it.
In a good or bad way?
In that time, a good way. You know,
Okay, cool.
it's
Yeah.
but in the later years, it's just, oh God, what the fuck is this?
And then you got internet.
Yeah.
What were the titles of the songs?
Oof, Hypnotic Scream. Let's see. When I see you, I want to cry.
Oh God!
I don't know.
That's depressing.
What was the other one? We made a demo of. Oof, I can't remember. It was 3 songs we made in a day, you know, in the studio, in a shitty tin box like thing.
In a
We went
Chrysler.
in there.
No.
Yeah, it was special, but it was cool because we got a day off at school to get in there and do that. So, hey, that was fun.
But was that under the name Nifrost?
Ignition?
Or did you...
Ignition.
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, of course.
So in that time we also I took a video camera to the rehearsals, and you know we recorded the songs through that, and yeah,
Please,
put it
please
on
tell me
CDs
you
and-
have those videos.
I put the lens on, so it's completely black. You do not want to see my head with a, you know, potteklipp.
Au contraire.
So yeah,
The origin of
I
black
think
metal.
it's gonna lie around somewhere, but I don't know where. And to be fair, I don't think I want to know. It's better off dead to me.
But Kjetil,
Anyways, yeah.
when did those Nifrost songs start to
Yeah, I'm coming to
appear?
that.
Yeah.
So it together under Ignition, it came a lot of Nifrost songs, things that were heavier, and Øyvind or Jolm, he got a lot of inspiration through Vindir and Emperor. So we started sort of finding his style through that. So it ended up being in the late in 2007, 2008, a lot of Myrka Komme, our demo, appeared at rehearsals, and we just sort of let it lie there, and we just rehearse for plenty of hours and having fun.
This was also the time when we started school together.
Yeah.
When we moved to
That's-
Sandane.
That's when I met you,
Yeah.
Stola.
That's when my life changed.
So, Jörn and I, we used to send each other a lot of mock-up midis of plenty of shitty things. Yeah. And I I took pride to try to make sort of proper recordings out of the coming to be Nifrost. At that time, we had changed name to Nifrost. And I sent it to Jörn, and he really liked it.
Well, I remember I remember seeing you guys playing live.
Yeah.
at
Oh
at
yeah,
the
yeah. That was
school.
last time. Yeah.
I think
Oh,
that was maybe
think-
bursting with the music and hearing
That
it
might
for
be
the
right,
first time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It was that that little concert where we also did one of our cringy songs. Which
I have to fill out
Fucking
the
hell.
set list somehow.
oh fuck me.
You're gonna have to dig those up. Just saying.
No. It stays buried.
No.
Anyways,
It's the next B-side.
I remember even breaking a string.
he always does.
As
He always does.
Having to
Anyways.
borrow a guitar. Yeah.
Jörn
Hey, there's
ended
no
up,
shame in that. I've done that.
but he does it plenty of times. He can do it 3 times in a concert. So anyways,
Luckily, he has 6 of them.
Jörn had invested in a small little Line 6 UX1 and a MacBook, which was a big deal for me to know that somebody had something like that. And he offered us to, come around and play it in as a demo, and which became Myrke Komme. And he mixed and mastered it.
I approached you guys after the concert, and I think I was so impressed that I wanted to record you guys. So
He went on his knees and
I don't think I did.
No. But yeah, that was a big
It's
deal.
there's program drums on that, Ned.
Yeah. I mean, our previous drummer was quite hasty, to put the least, and he struggled a lot to follow a metronome.
But also when we recorded, we just used we just plugged the bass guitar and the guitar straight into the interface.
Yeah.
And we didn't really have equipment to record drums, so
No, and that's where my mock-ups of MIDIs went well into play, because we could just put it in there and hear the easy drummer and boo, wabam, it's done.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound too bad in listening to it. Both in, because you produced it yourself and with being an early demo.
I mean, it's got
Pretty good.
it's got his little heart and soul in it, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool things there. You should maybe redo it with proper drums and
Proper
do
everything.
proper drums, proper release, proper
Yeah, maybe.
This is some cool riffing and some cool songs.
Proper musicians, maybe as well. We could hire someone to do it.
But yeah, that was the start. And also, now. I feel like I'm talking a lot, so
but
somebody-
you were there from the start.
I feel like I'm
And,
drinking a lot, so.
Yeah, well,
But
So everything is as it should be.
I got a question for it because, as I told, I have been listening to it a couple of times, and there's a lot of good songs, but there's one song that stands out that doesn't sound like Nifrost at all.
yeah,
It's the No Place for the Warmer Hearts.
I know.
It's like it reminded me like a kind of Immortal Marduk mashup something.
It's basically Immortal.
Yeah.
Writing wise, it's not too bad, but it's all over the place. The sound is very sharp and fragile and cold.
But that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
I
two
like
of
it.
those
I
three
like
words works for black metal.
Yeah, but in a pleasant manner, sort of, for me, at least. But yeah, No Place for the Warmer Hearts. It's sort of a gimmicky song. I think Eivind or Jolm wanted to make a proper Immortal type song, and it just ended up being on the record.
It is also the only song with English lyrics.
The only song in our whole, of soon to be 3 albums, which is English. Yeah,
But it's
But it isn't available anywhere.
it's
No.
only on YouTube.
Okay.
is it on YouTube anymore?
Yeah, I believe so.
YouTube and some Russian torrent sites,
Yeah,
I think.
near you.
Also, this was at the MySpace time.
Oh, the glory days.
I remember we hadn't started using Facebook yet at the time.
Yeah. So yeah, the year is 2010. We did our first demo, or 2009, I believe. We
2009.
I remember Jörn and I went to the local electronics store and bought a lot of CDs. Stole some paper from the school as covers. And just started mass producing that shit by hand on a Sunday. So, I don't know. We had hundreds.
CDRs.
Yeah, I think so.
Burning CDs.
So we sat there a whole Sunday doing the fucking shit and typing in it on. Yeah.
We still have some.
Yeah. I actually found a couple of them when I was cleaning up in my old house. Where
But you found no ignition tapes.
I don't know where they are, and I do not wish to know where they are. Sorry.
You don't want recognition?
Recognition. At that time, our previous drummer was in high school in Førde, and Øyvind in Høyanger, while Jørn and I was at Sandane, so separate places. We still got practice or rehearsal in the weekends, and we did a couple of gigs here and there.
Was this when Jörn had joined?
Yeah,
band?
he started slowly sort of infiltrating the band. Just joking.
But that was first when we have sent a demo to Inferno Festival in Oslo.
Yeah, that's right. And we went through. We went past a lot of people, and we got the opening act. And it was crowded. I remember very well that one of the people working there said that they've never seen an opening act managing to cram John D. And that put a really, like, whoa, okay. I hate boasting, but that's a very clear memory for me.
Yeah, I think that was a turning point when we thought that, this could become
we
something.
got recognition. Recognition. So it was something different because we've been used to playing for people mixed between 30 and 70, and they all sit there with their arms crossed and looking angrily at us when we play.
Upside down cross.
They like Uriah Heep and stuff, and they say, okay, so let's see what his new band is, whatever.
We did it for ourselves, and to come there, and they genuinely really liked it, even though I felt like, the gig wasn't that good.
And we played in Lusekofta.
Yeah, those heated shits.
Was really warm. This is what
our first attempt at the image.
Yeah, what is that called in? It's like a woolen.
It's a woolen sweater, basically, with patterns.
Distinct patterns. Yeah. Norwegian style.
It's fucking hot, is what is important.
You wear it to court if you're guilty.
You were at the whole concert, right, Jörn?
I did, yeah.
How was that?
It was warm. We did it a couple concerts after that, and then we stopped.
Yeah, it was too hot, really.
Not fit for TV.
Yeah.
And of course, you were naked underneath, so you couldn't drop it mid-gig.
Of course, because we were too young to show our young bodies.
Because that would be like child pornography.
And here I was thinking they were like all naked with the exception of the sweaters. So
because we
have the sweaters, but you know,
we were under 18 then, and
so it's allowed then.
And under a lot of heat.
I think one review after the Inferno gig said something like child work or
child labor.
child labor.
Well, I had a friend that
How
was
childish.
at that gig. He told me like just a couple of years ago. I've been playing with him for years or something. I just kind of mentioned Nifrost. And he, oh fuck, I was at that gig at the Inferno 2010 or something. And jävla bra.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You didn't manage to translate that?
Fucking nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was swell, y'all.
So I guess you've made some impressions.
Suppose so.
Yeah, and it was a great experience for us. And after that, I think I can't remember when Øyvind started to make the Motvind songs.
Oh, he was well on it in 2009 as well.
That early.
Yeah, the track Motvind, the title track, already starting to emerge in 2008.
Really?
Yeah. After what I remember, and Under Sex Lange, I believe also snippets of it were sort of emerging around 2010, I believe.
I remember we sitting in our classroom and listening to the first raw demo of
The
Motvind.
drafts, yeah.
And one of the teachers came in and he was like,
Oh fuck! Yeah, I remember that now.
like,
Oh,
he thought
that
this was,
classical. It was Anne Grete, was it?
No, it Ivar Brun.
It was Ivar Brun. Yeah, I remember now. Fucking hell. Yeah, he was this classical guy, and he was
He thought this was interesting. Yeah.
Fucking hell, I forgot that.
And also you guys visited me in my where I come from, Bulanda. You and Øyvind.
Yeah, that's right.
We got the line "Ikke se deg attende." Don't
That's
don't
right.
look back or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
sure
a
they get attende.
Yeah, it's a line in Sitring, the song. And I think also that was when we've decided on the name Motvind for the album or the demo.
The whole album sort of manifested its form sort of around that visit, actually.
And when was this?
That would be 2010, I think.
I think 2010, because I looked it up on the Metal Archives, and it says that we. It says here that 2011 was when we released that demo.
Yeah, that might be. Because I was, it has to be. It has to be. It has to be. Because I was in the civil army.
The Civil War.
That year. I don't know what English Civil War.
Civil service.
Civil service, we call it SS.
CS.
Fuck off, Håkon.
It might have been Counter-Strike, it might have been the army, I don't know.
Yeah, I was playing CS a lot. No, not really.
But Motvind, then, just not to add confusion to this, was released as a demo before the full length.
Yes.
Yeah.
In 2011.
That's what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sort of started coming together around the time in the winter, spring time of 2010. And then we tried to figure out, in the autumn, summer, to do some recordings here and there. Through the old school Line 6 and the the same procedure as every year, making MIDI drums. And it ended up on release 2011.
Yeah, we did the same stuff as we did with the first demo.
Yeah.
It's quite similar
But
process.
when you released it in 2011, was that kind of did you think then that was the final release, or was it just
Not
later
really, no.
on you decided to re-record it?
I think we all thought that we couldn't really release an album with programmed drums for real. We wanted the real thing. So the demo was, I don't know, to show people, something,
Attract attention.
yeah, something new, get some new fans or something like that. I think the plan was always to record it properly, and I think we decided early on that we wanted to do the Motvind songs for real, and that's the next thing that we try to do.
Well, not entirely, if I remember correctly. We tried to re-record Myrka Komme with Tage.
Oh yeah. Oh,
but that was a farce from hell.
It was like the way you said, "Oh yeah." You instantly knew, okay, oh yeah, that's a part
you
of
know,
my life I really
you know he's a
would like.
masochist.
Yeah.
I remember we were driving to Big Star and
Fuck me.
borrowing some drums from a friend of ours.
Yeah.
And setting all up, in the old fucking samfunnshus.
The community building.
Yeah. And he hadn't practiced or anything and
came late. It was a shit show.
I don't think we couldn't find a good setup for recording the drums either, I think.
Yeah. Anyways, when we tried to re-record Motvind, Tage, our previous drummer, phased more and more out of the band because he wasn't in Bergen. We had all moved there. And he also came in an accident where his finger got cut off. So
That's how you
tried
start.
hiring. Excuse me?
That's how you start. That's how you start metal. You need to cut off your fingertips.
Oh, yeah.
But what year was that you relocated to Bergen?
2012, at
Okay.
least for Jörn and I.
Yeah, and Jolm was
2013.
Øyvind was at Trøndertun with Henrik.
Yeah.
And that was you need to explain what Trøndertun is to our English.
It's a
listeners.
community college for music. So it's a 1-year program where you do whatever music related. For his sake, he went on the mixing and recording community on that college.
This is pretty far north in Norway, so it's not like a weekend trip back to Bergen.
Yeah, this is in Trondheim, actually.
Yeah.
And Trøndertun also got some interesting connections to early black metal.
Isn't that where the museum is? Or is that Rockheim?
Yeah, Rockheim. Yeah.
Because the early recordings of Snorre Ruch were done at Trøndertun.
In Thorns.
Thorns, yeah. And he, I think the story is that he inspired Euronymous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of the earlier Thorns tapes, isn't that called just Trøndertun or the demo or whatever?
It does, yeah. It's a really cool record. I really like Snorre. His style. Cool guy.
This is also when Henrik should be listening to this.
But he's too busy pouring himself some beer or something.
Yeah, that's way more important.
Anyways, I think that sums up a lot of the early years. I think somebody else should talk.
Yeah, but now we can move along with Henrik and how he got into the...
Great. Now we can tell about travesty to join our band, Henrik.
Yeah, I met Øyvind at Trøndertun, which we attended for 1 year. It's like, if you don't want to work, you don't want to study, and you don't want to sit home and game World of Warcraft, you could go to this, what do you call it?
Community college.
In English. Community college? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
So I met Øyvind there. In the start, we didn't actually have much in common. I usually hung out in somebody else's room, which was in the same hall that Øyvind lived.
Was it the one of fame?
Your puns are getting worse.
No. So I the door to Øyvind and Emil's room was often open, so I stepped in sometimes and talked to them. And towards the end of the year, I started hanging out with Øyvind. We were drinking a lot together. And the thing is, my room was just above his, so geographically I slept on top of him. But yeah,
He was your bottom bitch.
So that's how he knew you were a decent drummer, when you were practicing above him. He couldn't sleep or anything. It was like
He was
was on
impressed
top
on
of
the
things.
on the pounding he made.
yeah, the roof. There was just no sleep to get. And you was like, the top floor.
I didn't practice in my room. We had rehearsal space, like 2 minutes to walk from our room.
Really? You had your rehearsal
So we
space at
just
music
actually
school?
started to, huh?
You really had rehearsal space at music school? What?
I refuse to believe it.
Nice.
Well, tell that to the fucking bassist who lived next door to mine when I was at music school. He was a fucking dickhead. He fucking practiced all day, man. God damn it.
Bass players. Fuck
Yeah,
them.
man.
Give you free beer and shit.
Yes,
but
yeah,
yeah.
just man, fuck them. Man, fuck them.
Yeah, that's now.
Okay, so we didn't play anything together, me and Øyvind, at community college, but we started hanging out, and then you guys were living in a flat in Bergen, you 3 others in
Yeah.
Nifrost, and
Yeah,
then
Øyvind moved to Bergen after the year at Trøndertun.
yeah, and I moved to Stord, where I'm from. And then I visited, and we went to parties together, and I usually slept on your floor.
Or on the couch.
Yeah, or on the couch.
You weren't allowed on the couch?
And
Only sometimes.
Yeah,
When
we
he'd been
we
good.
just started to hang out, us 4 and usually some other people. And then I don't know. You talked about recording the album Motvind,
Yeah.
and you tried to do it with a drummer, which you hired, but that didn't work out quite as you wanted.
Yeah, we told them all about it.
And then
No, we talked about Mørke kommer.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
about
Yeah.
the failed Motvind
Yeah,
recording.
anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Money
Back to
down
you,
the drain.
Henrik.
Yes. So you hired a session drummer
Yeah,
to do the drums, and
it failed
went. Okay, he failed,
tremendously. So
but he got money still.
he did it for free, but we have to pay for the studio.
Studio time.
So
Ah.
yeah, money down
Was
the
that
drain.
at Conclave? Or
Conclave,
how
yeah.
You...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I seen some pictures from there, but I never heard anything from you. From that you released.
There's a reason. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the ignition reason.
Exactly.
So
Continue, Henrik.
the guys in Nifrost talked about that it didn't work out when they were recording the album and wanted to do it again. But at the time, I hadn't played a lot of metal. This was in 2013.
2012, 13, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then we started a rock band called The Splendid Procedure.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that's when I started playing with Nifrost, but we did not play Nifrost. We played
But
more.
that was the same lineup, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
same lineup. Just a
Okay.
different
So
music.
it was like more rock and roll.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had some rehearsals. I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 rehearsals. And then then they started asking me, because they were very productive now.
Yeah.
What's it called?
yeah, we bang a lot.
Yeah. They made a lot of music in that period. So while we were drinking, I suddenly got asked to join 7 bands with those 3 guys.
All
And
of
one
which,
of them
all
was
of which you still playing.
No, I never started playing in any of them. But I just said, "Yeah, sure, man." And then suddenly it came a day where they were sober and asked me, "Do you want to join Nifrost?" So I said yes, and then we started rehearsing and just preparing for the recording of the album. Motvind.
Now it sounds like we always drink. If you say they asked when they were sober.
So
yeah, but-
let's just confirm
But-
it.
but I
we
mean-
always drink.
Okay. Yeah.
That
Fine.
was not the purpose of saying it that way. It's just I got asked like several times late in the evening when people had been drinking.
And then one time they decided to ask you when you were actually able to answer.
It wasn't up to me.
I didn't understand.
Brunborg.
This one time at Rønda
Yeah, that was the start of it.
As far as I can remember, we didn't really rehearse that much before recording.
No.
We rehearsed some of the songs,
Very little.
but we had a couple of rehearsals without you, Jørn, because you were living in Bulandet
Yeah.
at some point. So Øyvind and Kjetil came to Stord, and we had 1 or 2 rehearsal weekends, I think, as well as rehearsing in Bergen.
Yeah.
And then, so you weren't that much involved in the rehearsing, as I can remember.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, so we had been through most of the songs, but the song Færamann we just played for the first time the day before starting recording, I think. So that wasn't ideal.
So, where was it recorded? Motvind, full length, the album version.
The drums were in on Stord. The guitars in makeshift locations through, DI signal.
and reamped
so
later, or
yeah.
Yeah.
So both in Bergen and in Jølster, blah blah blah, yada yada.
yeah, so mostly produced by yourself. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And mixed
and
by-
vocals in a lot of places. You had to find
the shower
mattresses and yeah, everything. And
You
to
did
just make
do a
it
lot
work.
of vocal recording in Grieg school.
Yeah, on the school,
Yeah.
Grieg Academy. We did a couple of songs there, Vårt Land, I believe, and
V.
yeah, and V.
Wasn't that when?
Didn't
I think
uh,
actually I have the clip where Eivind faints while doing the opening scream of V.
Oh,
but
that's
isn't
badass.
that
and
the one
that's
that's
the one
on
that
the
we
album?
included on the album?
Yeah.
With the thud.
Please tell me you call it Faint to Black.
He didn't fall to the floor, but he managed to scramble the microphone stand, and he looked like he's seen a ghost, right? He's like, "Ah!" And I was looking at it, he's getting red, and his veins were popping out, and then he just stopped, and then he, what happened? He said right after. It was like some force took over him at that time,
was
and it was a
possessed by
killer
a
scream.
demon.
I really like that opening scream.
Yeah, it's killer and it's so long.
Yeah, it's I think 23 seconds.
Yeah.
full force.
Yes, that's one
Full
of his
force.
good attributes is that he can hold tone for very long.
Yeah, but the thing is, on that opening scream, he sounds like a wailing ghost. It starts like in the upper region, then goes down to
No.
more anger-like, and then it slides up at the very end, and then he managed to actually cut off the tone, and then he starts rambling. Whoa! So yeah, that was
Wow.
epic, actually.
Gonna go listen to that track and vision
Yeah.
vision the
Yeah,
It's the
I think
first
he got
scream.
brain damage after that because
yeah, because there's something at least there.
Cool story, bro. No, not actually cool story though. Yeah.
But it took a long time before it got finished. But we were happy on the end, and
Yeah.
we started our own label to release it.
Release
Digitally.
It
the
was
Kraken.
released as digital and
yeah, through Naturmart, both
that was later.
digital and physical.
We released it digital first, and then Naturmakt wrote us a message and asked us if we wanted a label.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we
Yeah, that's right.
we hadn't thought about it.
Yeah.
Like, do we need a label? Maybe we should. And then we signed with them later, and they released it on CD.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that, as they say, is that. No, what?
how do you feel about the release today? You know, looking back, it's been some years, and it's also an album that, as Kjetil said, it started way back in 2008, and kind of materialized in 2016. Is this? Can you still stand behind it? Is it a record you're proud of making?
Jon, you want to take it? I need some beer.
To answer that
Best
question.
Well, it is a really good album. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
nothing to be ashamed of.
It's okay.
No.
Not yet, but yeah.
No, it's a
I
good
don't,
one.
I don't
I
think
really enjoy it.
that I don't think that any of us are ashamed of the album. I didn't have a lot to say. I came in as almost as a session drummer. All the tracks were created, and this was the album that was going to be recorded and released.
Well, but it kind of offers a unique perspective then. These other guys have been kind of more into the writing, and so what's your what did you think when you almost session drummed on that album some years ago?
I was really happy. It was the first album I've ever recorded. I mean, I had done some tracks, but that was more for like amateur, like for myself, and to try out stuff. So it was really fun to do like a whole album in 2.5 days.
So this was your first kind of professional recording and professional release.
Yeah.
Is that right to say?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm happy with the album. I'm happy with how it turned out.
You're happy and you know it.
It does not have my favorite songs from Nifrost. Some of them are really good, I think. Some of them I feel like is... How can I say it? I think that we as a band have evolved from that album. Maybe somebody thinks it's a good thing and somebody thinks that it's a bad thing, that we went really a completely other way on Blykrone. I don't know. I think that as I don't know what you other guys are thinking.
It still has a dear place because for me it's a lot about the process for it, and the fun to actually go see Henrik ravishing and destroying the drum kit almost in a systematic way. Sort of, it was really cool for me to see that and hear that.
Yeah, because that was the first time you heard these songs with a proper drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the feeling, or this is how it's supposed to be, kind of feeling.
Yeah, and it's got this wild sound to me.
We were also quite young when we made these songs.
Yeah, as previously mentioned, it's most of the songs appeared around 2009-10. So to see that re-emerge in a different light, sort of thing, there are some key differences from the demo. Yeah. So yeah, I'm proud of it. It's a good album, and yeah.
I also like the cover, which I think a lot of people thought was a bit strange, maybe.
For a metal band to have
I don't
something
know.
as curly as that.
Not for a Norwegian one.
No, but it's
Not for a Nazi band.
it's sort of unorthodox to have such bright colors.
Unorthodox, yeah.
Unorthodox. Unorthodox.
That was your mother's work,
Yeah.
right?
But it's true. It is my mother who made it.
All right.
Yeah.
The album?
Yeah, the album cover. no, my mother absolutely hates what I'm doing. So
Good to hear.
that's how it's supposed to be.
It's kind of folk music and Norwegian music. It really fits to have Norwegian art on the cover. It's not.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it was an early idea to use her great skills in the rose rose painting, I think it's called.
It is.
Translated directly.
It is.
Rosemaling.
Rosemaling in Norwegian.
Yes.
It's traditional painting style.
That was the end of part 1 of the story of Nifrost. If you want more, be sure to subscribe and to follow us on Facebook. Links should be in the description somewhere. Until next time, keep on rockin' in the free world.
Well, okay. Yeah. Okay, just one bear. Just one bear.